If you are looking to improve your English speaking skills and sound more natural, you clicked on the right video. That's because in today's video, we will be practicing natural English conversation in 3 different scenarios. First, checking out at the grocery store, then visiting the doctor's office, and finally speaking in a job interview. So if you're ready to get started, click like on this video, say hello in the comments, maybe even become a channel member, and let's jump in. In the first scenario of today's video, we are going to go to a grocery store and check out. In other words, we have some stuff we want to buy. Let's go have a conversation with the cashier. The cashier says, "Did you find everything okay today?" That means, are you good? Were there any issues when you were shopping? Is everything all right? Is everything okay? There are a few different ways we can respond to this. Let's take a look at 3 different things we could say. The cashier says, "Did you find everything okay today?" That means, are you good? Is everything all right? Were there any issues, any problems when you were shopping today? Well, there are lots of ways we could reply to this. Let's take a look at a couple of options. The first thing we could say is, "Yep, everything was good, thanks." Try saying that out loud with me. Let's try it again. "Yep, everything was good, thanks." Yeah, yep, that just means yes, everything was good, it's all good, everything's fine, no problems, no issues, thanks, thank you, right? Here's another thing we could say, here's option 2. "Yeah, I found everything I needed, no problem." Try saying that with me. "Yeah, I found everything I needed, no problem." So, all the stuff you were looking for, you found it. There's no issue here. Here's another thing we could say, option 3. "I did. Thanks for asking." Cashier says, "Are you paying with cash or card?" So what are you going to use to pay for the things you want to buy today? Are you going to use cash or are you going to use a credit card? Here are some options. We can say, "I'll use my card. Thanks." Say that with me. "I'll use my card, thanks." Or we could say, "Just a card today." Yeah, sort of a more native way of saying this. Just a card today. Just a card today. Or, very simply, we could say, "Cash, please." Cash, please. Next, the cashier asks us, "Do you have a loyalty card with us?" What's that? A loyalty card is a special program that the grocery store offers where if you sign up, maybe you can get some discounts, but maybe you have to share your email, maybe you have to share your address, a couple of pieces of information, right? How do we respond to this? Well, one thing we could say is, "No, I don't. I'm all good on that. Thanks." Say that with me, this part here. "I'm all good on that. Thanks." I'm all good on that. Thanks. What does that mean? That means I'm not interested. It's not for me. It's not for me. Thank you. But maybe you do want to sign up for the loyalty card. You could say, "I don't actually. I've been meaning to get one. Go ahead and sign me up." Say that with me. "I don't actually. I've been meaning to get one. Go ahead and sign me up." That means let's do it. I'm ready to get a loyalty card. Let's start the process. Next, the cashier asks us, "Would you like paper or plastic?" What are they talking about? A bag, right? The things we bought, the cashier is going to give them to a bagger who's going to put them in bags for us, right? So they want to know, do we want paper bags? Do we want plastic bags? How do we respond to this? The first thing we could say is, "I'll go with paper, please." Say that with me. "I'll go with paper, please." "I'll go with" just means I'd like to choose paper. If you want plastic, you could say, "I'll go with plastic." Another response is, "Plastic's fine, thanks." Plastic's fine. Right. If something's fine, then that means that works for you. That's what you want. Paper's fine. I want paper. Plastic's fine. I want plastic. Or maybe you have your own bag. You could say, I have my own bag, but thank you. Or I've got my own bag, or I brought my own bag, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Next, the cashier asks us, would you like to donate to charity today? What is that? Donate to charity. Basically, would you like to give some money to an organization that helps people in need? Yeah, maybe this company takes your money, gives it to homeless people or people without food, people without water, something like this, right? So you can make a donation if you would like to. How do we respond to this? The first thing you could say is, not today, maybe next time. Yeah, not today. I'm not interested this time. Maybe next time. Yeah, next time, who knows? I could be interested. Another thing you could say is, sure, I'm happy to do that. Sure, that's fine. Sure, I'd like to do that. And last, you could say, I'm good, but I'll think about it next time. Yeah, I'm good. If you say I'm good, that means it's not for me. I'm not interested, right? I'm good on that. I'm good, but I'll think about it next time, or I'll think about it for next time. The cashier finishes checking us out and they say, you're all set. Have a great day. What's you're all set? That means you're good to go. We're finished here. You're free to leave. We're all done, right? So how do we reply? We can say, you too, thanks. Yeah, they said, have a great day, so we want to reciprocate. We want to say that back to them, right? We say, you too, thanks. Or we could say, thanks, enjoy your day. Or we could say, appreciate you, have a good one. I love this response. It's very native, very colloquial. If you tell someone, appreciate you, that means thanks for your hard work. Thanks for your hard work. Have a good one. A good one. That means have a good day. In our second scenario, we are headed to the doctor's office. He's going to ask us some questions. Let's see how we can respond. So we're in the doctor's office. Maybe a nurse has already come in and asked us some information. She wants to know what's going on. She leaves. The doctor comes in, right? The doctor says, what seems to be the problem today? What seems to be the problem? In other words, what's going on? What's the issue? What's the problem? There are, of course, many ways to respond to this. One way of responding is, I've been feeling a bit dizzy and tired lately. Dizzy. Yeah, you feel a little bit unsteady on your feet. Dizzy. You feel like, ooh, I might even fall down. I might even pass out. And of course, tired, we're familiar with this word, right? I've been feeling a bit dizzy and tired lately. A bit just means a little bit, right? How about the second thing we could say? I've had this constant headache for a few days now. A constant headache is a headache that won't let up. It won't let up. It won't go away. It is going and going and going for a few days. Ooh, this is not good. Practice saying this with me. I've had this constant headache for a few days now. Another thing we could say is, I've been having trouble sleeping and feeling stressed. Okay, so yeah, if you've been having trouble doing something, that means this thing has been hard for you to do, right? So sleeping. I've been having trouble sleeping. In other words, sleeping has been difficult for me. Have you been having trouble finding the like button? Go find it right now and make sure you click on it. Next, the doctor asks us, when did these symptoms start? Yeah, symptoms. What is a symptom? Very simply put, a symptom is what's going on with you. What's wrong? Like a headache could be a symptom. A fever could be a symptom. A sore throat could be a symptom. You could say it all started around 3 days ago or 4 or 5 days ago. It all started around, it all began about this time, right? You could also say, I've been feeling this way for about a week now. Say that with me. I've been feeling this way for about a week now. This has been going on for approximately or about 1 week. We could also say, I think it started last weekend, but it's been steadily getting worse. Steadily getting worse. It's been going like this, getting worse and worse and worse. Progressively getting worse, we could also say. Next up, the doctor says, have you had any changes in your diet or routine recently? I think we know diet, right? Like what you eat, what you drink, but what about this word routine? Are we familiar with this word? Routine is like how you go about your day, what time you wake up, what do you do in the morning, what do you do in the afternoon, in the evening, where do you go, what time do you go to sleep, these sorts of things. You could say not really about your diet and routine, right? It's been the same old for me. I love this expression, so colloquial, so native. It's been the same old for me. Practice saying this with me. Not really. It's been the same old for me. That means it's business as usual. Nothing new is going on. It's the same old routine, the same old diet. I haven't made any changes. It's the same old. Something else you could say, I've been working more hours lately, but no changes in my diet. So here, the routine has changed. The diet hasn't changed. I've been working more hours lately. Okay, so they are working more hours. We could also say putting in more hours at work. I've been putting in more hours at work lately, but as far as my diet is concerned, no changes. There haven't been any changes. We could also say, I've been trying to live healthier, but honestly, I've been pretty stressed out. Trying to live healthier, trying to make healthier choices, healthier decisions, but honestly, I've been pretty stressed out. Honestly, to be honest with you, I've been pretty stressed out. We could also say, frankly, I've been pretty stressed out. If you preface something with honestly or frankly, it means let me speak my mind. I'm going to tell you how I really feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you directly what's going on. The doctor asks us, do you have any allergies or medical conditions I should know about? Are you allergic to anything? Are you allergic to any foods or any materials, anything like this? Are there any medical conditions I should know about? Tell me a little bit about your medical history, right? Is there anything important I should know? If you have an allergy, you can say, I'm allergic to penicillin or whatever it is. If you have no allergies, say, no allergies. Or you could say, no allergies here, but I do have asthma, breathing problems, right? Asthma. Or you could say, I don't have any conditions. There's nothing in my medical history you should know about, but I get occasional migraines. Occasional. So every so often, I will get a migraine. A migraine is like a splitting headache, a very intense headache, very painful headache. The doctor says, are you taking any medications right now? Are you on any medicine? Are you taking any medications? He needs to know about this because if he's going to prescribe you some new medication, he wants to make sure it doesn't clash. It doesn't mix poorly with the old medication, right? So you could say, just some over-the-counter painkillers for my headaches. Over-the-counter. Some over-the-counter painkillers. That means you did not need to go to a doctor and get a prescription for these painkillers. They're probably not very strong. You just went to your local drugstore and bought them over the counter at your local drugstore. Yeah, they're probably pretty low-grade painkillers, not very strong. You could say, I'm on some blank medicine, right? I'm on some what medicine? Some heart medicine, some weight loss medicine, some allergy medicine. We can say, I'm on some what medicine? But that's it. Yeah, that's all I'm on. That's all I'm on. You could also say, no medications. I don't usually take anything. No medications here. Nothing to report. Nothing to report. That means I don't have anything I need to tell you about. The doctor says, have you traveled recently or been exposed to anyone sick? Basically, have you been somewhere far away or have you been around someone who was sick? Have you been exposed to them? Well, what could we say here? We could say, I traveled last month, but no one around me has been sick. We could say, I haven't traveled, but my coworkers have all been coughing a lot. This one is true for me in real life. I haven't traveled, I haven't been anywhere, but at my work, my coworkers have all been coughing a lot. They've been coughing constantly. They've been coughing non-stop, right? Without stopping. It's been making me nervous. I don't want to get sick too. You could also say, no to the travel, and I'm not aware of anyone being sick. Here's a very native way to answer this. No to the travel. With regards to the travel, you mentioned travel, right? No to that. No to the travel, and I'm not aware of anyone being sick. Thinking about it, I can't think of anyone I know who's gotten sick recently. The doctor asks us, do you smoke or drink alcohol? How do we reply? Well, you could say, I don't smoke, but I do drink socially on weekends. What is drink socially? If you drink alcohol socially, that means you don't get off work, go home, and drink by yourself, right? You don't really drink at home. You don't really drink by yourself. But if you go out to dinner with friends, they're having drinks, maybe you have drinks too. You drink socially. You could say, I don't smoke and I rarely drink. I rarely drink. I almost never drink. You could say, I smoke a little, but I don't touch alcohol. Love this expression. I don't touch the stuff. What about you guys? Are you smokers? Are you drinkers? Or maybe you never touch the stuff? Let me know down in the comments section. Well, the doctor just has one more question for us. They say, how would you rate your stress levels on a scale of 1 to 10? Or we could say on a scale from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, how stressed out would you say you've been? One response is, I'd say about a blank. Yeah, I'd say about a 7. I've been pretty stressed lately. Or you could say, maybe just a 2 or 3 or so. It's been manageable. Love this response. Maybe just a 2 or 3 or so. It's been manageable. Try saying that with me. Ready? Maybe just a 2 or 3 or so. It's been manageable. Manageable. That means I've been able to handle it. I've been able to deal with it. Yes, it's there. Yes, it's annoying, but it's nothing I can't handle. It's nothing I can't deal with. We could also say maybe a 4, but it's been affecting my sleep and energy throughout the day for sure. No doubt. Without a doubt, it's been affecting my sleep and energy throughout the day. It's had an impact on my sleep and energy throughout the day. Try saying this with me one more time. Maybe a 4, but it's been affecting my sleep and energy throughout the day for sure. The last thing the doctor says to us is, all right, I'll run some tests and get back to you with the results. He or she is going to run some tests. Yeah, go do a bit of lab work. go try and figure out what's going on and get back to you with the results. Get back to you. So you will hear back from them later. First, they need to go run some tests. How do we respond to this? We could say, sounds good. Thanks for your help. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. No problems here. Sounds good. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. Let me know if you need anything else from me. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know what else you need from me. Or we could say, really appreciate your time. Yeah, native speakers might not say, I really appreciate your time. They might cut out the I. Just say, really appreciate your time. Here we are at scenario 3. Let's take a job interview. We're going to hear some questions from the interviewer or the person giving us an interview. Let's see how we can reply or respond to these questions. Let's go. The interviewer begins with a very tough and tricky question. Tell me a little about yourself. Now, this may seem like a simple question, but it's kind of hard to know how to respond to this, right? There's so many things you could say, so many ways you could go about responding to this. Here's one way. You can say, sure, yeah, sure, I'm happy to tell you about myself. I'm originally from... What country are you from? I'm originally from the United States, for example, and I've been working in what industry for the last how many years? For example, and I've been working in the film industry for the last 5 years. I've been working in the medical industry for the last 10 years, right? I'd say I enjoy challenges and learning new skills. Maybe mention something you enjoy, something you like to do. You could even throw in a hobby. Yeah, I enjoy challenges. I enjoy new skills. Oh, also, on the weekends, I like to go fly fishing. I love the challenge of fly fishing. Mention a couple details about yourself. Why don't you pause the video and try saying this out loud as if you were really in an interview? Go ahead. Next, the interviewer asks us, why do you want to work here? Ooh, tough question. We don't want to say the wrong thing here. One possible response is, I've heard great things about your company's culture and how it values innovation. Ooh, some big words here. Try saying that first sentence with me. I've heard great things about your company's culture and how it values innovation. Okay, so we've heard great things about the company's culture, what it's like to work at the company, the way people are treated at the company. We can say, we've heard good things about this, right? We've also heard great things about how the company values innovation. Innovation, what does that mean? If you innovate, then you come up with new ideas. So innovation is coming up with new ideas, and the company really values this. They value new ideas and creativity, right? I think my skill set would click well with your team. Love this sentence here. Say it with me. I think my skill set would click well with your team. My skill set. Yeah, my set of skills, the things I can do well, that would click well with your team. Click well with them. It would fit in well with them, right? In other words, I would be a good fit with your team, especially because of the things I can do, especially because of my skill set. Another tough question here. The interviewer says, tell me about your strengths. In other words, give me more information about the things you do well. Tell me more. Whew, this really depends on you and what you're good at, but let's take a look at this response here. I'm a strong communicator. I communicate well, and I've always been a big team player. I work well as part of a team. I work well on a team. I really do believe collaboration leads to the best outcomes. So I really do truly think that collaboration or working together on a team, collaboration, working together, or we could say cooperation, right, leads to the best outcomes. In other words, if you collaborate, good things will happen. There will be great outcomes, positive outcomes. The interviewer says, "Can you tell me one of your weaknesses?" Ooh, this could be a trap, right? We don't want to say too big of a weakness, like, "Oh, I get really tired after 2 p.m." Right? That wouldn't be good. "Oh, sometimes I like to steal things at the office." Don't say something like that. We want to be honest, but we don't want to be brutally honest, right? We don't want to be too honest. Here's something you could say. "I've sometimes struggled with delegating tasks." We'll talk about that in a second. "But I've been working on improving my trust in others and sharing the workload." So if you delegate tasks, then you hand out tasks to other people. You say, "Hey, I'm working on this. How about you tackle this part? How about you tackle this part? How about you take care of this part of the project? I'm going to give this responsibility to you. And you can take care of this part. You can take care of this part." That's delegating tasks, right? A task is like something to do. So this person is saying, "I sometimes struggle with doing that because I want to do it all myself." This would be a great weakness to share in an interview, because what you're really saying is that I am great at what I do. I work hard, right? If I could do it myself, everything would be perfect. And I don't really want to hand these out to other people, these tasks, because I'm worried that they're gonna mess it up, whereas I could do an amazing job, right? So it's kind of a humble brag here. A humble brag. It sounds like you're saying a bad thing about yourself, but really you're saying a good thing about yourself. "But I've been working on improving my trust in others and sharing the workload." Okay? So we don't want to just say a problem and then stop there. We want to let the interviewer know that we have been working on this problem, working on improving ourselves, right? So you can say, "I've been working on improving whatever it is, improving my trust in others. I've been working on sharing the workload," the amount of work, right? Next, the interviewer asks us a classic interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Looking into the future, 5 years. Where do you want to be? How do you see your life 5 years from now? You could say, "I'd love to grow within the company." Or, "I'd love to develop myself within the company," taking on more responsibilities and contributing to long-term projects. So you want to contribute. You want to give yourself to or lend your help to long-term projects. Here's a very touchy subject, a touchy subject. This answer might be a little sensitive for some people, right? The interviewer asks, "Why did you leave your previous job?" Yeah, what was your reason for leaving? Here's one response. "I felt that I had reached a plateau," great word, "in my previous role and was looking for new challenges and opportunities to grow." Yeah, maybe at work you feel like you're growing. You're on an upwards trajectory. You're going up and up, but then you kind of plateau. You don't feel like you're growing anymore, right? You just stop growing. So that's one thing you could mention. Yeah, I felt that I had reached a plateau, or we could use it as a verb. I felt that I had plateaued. I felt that I had plateaued at my previous job, my previous role, and I was looking for new challenges. I wanted opportunities to grow, chances to develop myself further. We're getting towards the end of the interview here, and the interviewer asks us, "How do you handle stress? How do you deal with stress or tight deadlines?" For example, "I need this project finished by the end of the month, no exceptions. If it's not finished by the end of the month, you are going to be in big trouble," right? That's a tight deadline. "I need this by this date." Okay? Here's one thing we could say about handling stress, handling tight deadlines. You can say, "I prioritize tasks, stay organized, and focus on one thing at a time. I find that staying calm and sorting issues item by item helps me manage stress. So the key word here is prioritize. Great word. Basically, if you prioritize tasks, then you make a decision. What needs to happen first? What is the most important? I'll do that first. What's the second most important? I'll do that second, right? What's the third most important? I'll do that third. So being able to prioritize, being able to say, this is most important, this is second, this is third, that is a valuable skill. And it's something we can mention. Say this again with me, guys. I prioritize tasks, stay organized, and focus on one thing at a time. This has my focus. Now this has my focus. I find that staying calm and sorting issues item by item or one by one helps me manage stress, helps me deal with stress. Now, the interviewer might finish this interview, might end this interview by saying, do you have any questions for us? And hopefully you prepared something beforehand, but if you didn't prepare anything, here are two options. You could say, yes, can you tell me more about the team I'll be working with or I will be working with? Tell me more about the team. I'd like to learn more about who I'll be working with. I'd like to learn more about the team I'll be placed on. You could also say, I'll be placed on a team. What are they like? Tell me more about this team. Say it with me one more time. Yes, can you tell me more about the team I'll be working with? Another thing we could say is, what does success look like in this role or in this position, in this job? And how do you measure it? Fantastic question. You'll probably get the job if you ask this question, to be honest with you. What does success look like in this role? In other words, you tell me, if somebody were to do this job totally successfully, what would that look like? And how do you measure this success? Do you measure it by amount of something sold? Do you measure it by, number of meetings you show up to? Something like this. How do you measure this success? I hope you guys liked today's video. Yeah, I wanted to try something new. I've been making so many super sentences videos and learn with a story, learn with news videos. I wanted to try a new format. So if you guys like this format and you want more of these videos, more scenarios, more conversations, leave me a comment in the comment section. Write more like this. More like this. If enough of you type more like this, I'm happy to turn this into a series. I also want to say a big thank you to my channel members. You guys make my work possible. If you want to become a member, you can get PDFs for all my videos. You can get hours of bonus videos. You can even get access to my English book club. All you need to do is click join here on YouTube or go to my Patreon. It's only the price of a cup of coffee, and it does a lot to support me and my work. I'm just one guy making videos by myself, writing all the scripts, shooting the videos, editing the videos, uploading the videos, responding to comments. I do all of it myself. So this support goes directly to me. It helps me create more videos for you guys, and it helps me make the content better. So I really appreciate it. And if you're in the middle of a study session, don't stop now. Keep going. I'm going to put another one of my videos up on the screen. Go click on it, and I'll meet you there. Let's go.